My beloved child, before you decide that this story is not for you, stay until the end. Every chapter reveals another hidden piece of a love story that no one expected, and what happens next changes everything. Sometimes the greatest surprises begin with a simple conversation that almost never happened. This is one of those moments. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate had been carrying your name in their heart for longer than anyone realized. They smiled when they thought about you, wondered how your future might unfold, and quietly imagined the day your paths would fully come together. But there was one person they had not spoken to, their mother. They hesitated, wondering what her reaction would be. Would she understand? Would she approve? Or would she see something completely different? One quiet evening, after hours of thinking, they finally gathered the courage to speak. Their voice was calm, but their heart was racing. They shared how meeting you had changed the way they looked at life. They spoke about your kindness, your determination, and the quiet strength they believed you carried. Every word came from a sincere place, and with every sentence they felt a little lighter, believing they had finally revealed the truth hidden inside their heart. For a few moments, the room became completely silent. Their mother did not interrupt. She simply listened, carefully watching every expression, every pause, every emotion. Your soulmate began to wonder if they had said too much. The silence felt endless. Then, without warning, everything changed. She stood up suddenly, looked directly at your soulmate, and exclaimed, "You are." The sentence stopped in the air before it was finished. That unfinished moment became the turning point of the entire conversation. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the words that followed were nothing like anyone expected. Instead of reacting with anger or disappointment, she continued with unexpected emotion. You are speaking from your heart for the first time in a very long time. The room filled with relief, but the surprise was only beginning. She explained that genuine feelings always reveal themselves differently from passing emotions. She had noticed a new confidence, a new peace, and a new hope in her child ever since your name entered their life. Your soulmate could hardly believe what they were hearing. Every fear they had carried into that conversation slowly disappeared. Their mother wasn't judging your story. She was paying attention to the happiness it had brought. She reminded them that the strongest relationships are built on patience, honesty, respect, and understanding rather than perfect timing or dramatic moments. But there was still one final thought she wanted to share, a thought that would stay with your soulmate forever. She said that if two people continue growing into better versions of themselves, life has a remarkable way of opening doors that once seemed impossible. Those words echoed through the room long after the conversation ended. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because this story is not about instant endings. It is about unexpected beginnings, quiet courage, and the hope that sincere hearts often discover possibilities they never imagined. And what happened after that conversation became the very reason your soulmate smiled with a confidence they had never felt before. The conversation did not end there. In fact, that single moment opened a door that had been closed for years. Your soulmate looked at their mother with surprise, expecting questions they could not answer. Instead, she quietly smiled and asked, "When you speak about this person, why do your eyes become brighter?" That question filled the room with silence once again. Your soulmate had never noticed it before, but every memory connected to you carried a sense of hope that could not be hidden. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next few words changed the direction of everything they believed. Their mother slowly explained that throughout life, many people mistake excitement for genuine care, but true admiration grows quietly. She said she had watched countless people make decisions based only on emotions that disappeared with time. Yet something about the way your soulmate described you felt different. It was not rushed. It was not based on appearances. It was built on respect, trust, kindness, and the desire to become a better person. Hearing those words made your soulmate realize that what they were feeling had become deeper than they had ever imagined. Still, there was another surprise waiting. Their mother walked toward a small family photo resting on a shelf and spoke about her own younger years. She admitted that she once ignored the advice of her heart because she feared what other people would think. Looking back, she wished she had trusted honesty instead of fear. She gently reminded your soulmate that meaningful relationships are never built by perfection. They are built by patience, understanding, consistency, and mutual respect. Those words settled deeply into your soulmate's heart, giving them a confidence they had never felt before. Then came the moment no one expected. Their mother paused, looked directly into their eyes, and said, "If this person inspires you to become kinder, wiser, and stronger every day, never be afraid to appreciate that gift." Your soulmate was speechless. Every fear they had carried into the conversation slowly disappeared. They realized that acceptance often arrives in unexpected ways, and sometimes the people we fear disappointing become the very ones who encourage us to move forward with wisdom. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story is far from over. After that conversation, your soulmate began seeing every memory connected to you in a completely different light. Small moments suddenly carried greater meaning. Simple conversations became unforgettable. Ordinary days felt filled with quiet anticipation. They understood that remarkable stories are rarely created by dramatic events alone. Instead, they are built one sincere choice at a time, and this was only the beginning of a journey that neither of you could have predicted. As the evening came to an end, their mother offered one final piece of encouragement. She reminded your soulmate never to force life's chapters to unfold before their time. She said that the strongest connections grow through patience, honesty, and personal growth. Those words stayed with your soulmate long after the lights were turned off that night. They carried them into every new morning, believing that the future belongs to those who continue becoming the best version of themselves. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals what happened after your soulmate made a decision that surprised even themselves. Morning arrived, but the conversation from the previous evening never left your soulmate's mind. Every sentence their mother had spoken echoed again and again, becoming clearer with each passing hour. It was no longer simply a discussion about one person. It had become a reminder that the right people often encourage us to become better rather than different. Your soulmate looked out the window, smiled quietly, and realized something had changed inside. They were no longer afraid of what the future might bring. They were curious instead. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next discovery connected every unanswered question together. As the day continued, your soulmate found themselves remembering the smallest details about you. The kindness you showed without expecting recognition. The patience you displayed during difficult moments. The determination you carried even when life became uncertain. They suddenly understood that these were not ordinary memories. They were the reasons their respect for you had continued growing without them even noticing. The realization arrived so naturally that it surprised them. Sometimes the biggest answers are hidden inside the smallest moments. Later that evening, their mother noticed the quiet smile that had remained throughout the day. She gently asked, "What are you thinking about now?" Your soulmate answered with complete honesty. "I am not thinking about a perfect future. I am thinking about becoming someone who deserves a meaningful future." Those words filled the room with peace. Their mother smiled proudly because she knew that genuine admiration never begins by trying to change another person. It begins by inspiring positive change within ourselves. Then came another unexpected moment. Their mother opened an old notebook filled with family memories and personal reflections. She pointed to one sentence written many years earlier. "The greatest relationships begin when two people choose growth over fear." Your soulmate read the line several times. It felt as though those words had been waiting for this exact moment. They quietly closed the notebook, knowing they would never forget what they had just read. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate understood that every meaningful journey is built through patience, kindness, honesty, and hope. They stopped searching for dramatic signs and began appreciating steady progress instead. Every new day became another opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more grateful for the people who encouraged them to become their best self. As the stars appeared outside, their mother offered one final thought before ending the conversation. She said, "Never measure a connection by how loudly it begins. Measure it by how peacefully it continues to inspire you." Those words settled deeply into your soulmate's heart. They realized that true admiration does not rush, compete, or demand attention. It quietly becomes stronger with every sincere choice, every honest conversation, and every act of kindness. Before the night ended, your soulmate looked toward the sky and smiled with a confidence they had never experienced before. They knew there were still many pages left to be written, but they no longer feared the unknown. Instead, they welcomed it with hope, patience, and gratitude. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals the surprising decision your soulmate made after realizing that some of life's greatest blessings begin with one honest conversation and one courageous step forward. Days passed, yet the conversation continued to shape every choice your soulmate made. Instead of wondering what might happen tomorrow, they began focusing on becoming the kind of person who could protect, encourage, and appreciate the people they cared about. Their mother noticed the quiet transformation. It was not loud or dramatic. It was steady. It was real. She smiled because she understood that lasting change always begins within the heart before anyone else can see it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the greatest surprise has not been revealed yet. One peaceful evening, their mother invited them to sit together once more. There was no rush in her voice, only calm confidence. She asked one simple question: if you had the chance to tell this person one thing today, what would it be? Your soulmate paused for a long moment. They searched for perfect words but realized none were needed. Finally, they answered, "I would simply thank them for inspiring me to become a better version of myself." Their mother nodded with quiet approval, knowing that sincere appreciation is one of the strongest foundations any meaningful relationship can have. Then she shared one final lesson that your soulmate would remember forever. She explained that life often brings remarkable people into our journey, not to complete us, but to inspire us to discover strengths we never knew we possessed. Those who encourage kindness, patience, wisdom, and hope leave a lasting impact regardless of where the future leads. Hearing those words filled your soulmate with a deep sense of peace. They no longer felt uncertain. They felt grateful. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the evening continued, your soulmate realized that every conversation, every memory, and every quiet moment had prepared them for this realization. The greatest surprise was never hidden in a dramatic event. It was hidden in the way one person's presence had inspired steady growth, genuine respect, and unwavering hope. That discovery was more valuable than any prediction could ever be. Before leaving the room, their mother smiled warmly and said, "Always remember this. The strongest stories are not written by chance alone. They are written by people who choose honesty, patience, compassion, and courage every single day." Those words became the guiding principle your soulmate carried into every new chapter of life. From that moment forward, they stopped fearing the unknown and started welcoming every opportunity to grow. The journey was no longer about searching for perfect answers. It became about appreciating meaningful moments, celebrating quiet progress, and believing that sincere hearts always find reasons to remain hopeful. Every sunrise reminded your soulmate that beautiful chapters begin with small, consistent choices, and every sunset reminded them that gratitude makes every step worthwhile. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the final chapter brings together every conversation, every lesson, and every unexpected moment into one unforgettable ending that reveals why that single conversation with their mother changed everything they believed about the future. The story reached its quietest moment, and somehow, that was where everything became the clearest. Your soulmate no longer searched for dramatic signs or impossible answers. They remembered every word their mother had shared and finally understood its meaning. Real connections are not measured by extraordinary promises. They are revealed through respect, patience, kindness, and the way two people inspire one another to become stronger every single day. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the final discovery brings every chapter together. One afternoon, while reflecting on everything that had happened, your soulmate realized that the greatest surprise was never the conversation itself. The greatest surprise was how completely it changed the way they viewed the future. Fear had quietly been replaced with hope. Doubt had been replaced with confidence. Uncertainty had been replaced with determination. They understood that meaningful relationships begin with honesty, continue through trust, and grow stronger through consistent actions. That realization became the most valuable lesson they had ever received. Their mother noticed the peaceful confidence in their smile and gently said, "Now you understand why I reacted the way I did that day." Your soulmate nodded with gratitude. They finally understood that her words had never been about predicting the future. They had always been about encouraging wisdom, patience, and personal growth. Sometimes the people who care about us the most challenge us not to stop us, but to help us discover our own strength. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the days turned into weeks, your soulmate carried those lessons everywhere they went. Every decision became guided by kindness instead of fear. Every conversation became more thoughtful. Every challenge became another opportunity to grow. They realized that the strongest journeys are built one sincere choice at a time, and every small step forward eventually creates an unforgettable destination. Then came the final reflection that stayed with them forever. They understood that every chapter of this story had been connected from the very beginning. The courage to speak honestly. The wisdom shared by their mother. The quiet moments of reflection. The decision to become a better person. None of those moments happened by accident inside this story. Together, they created a reminder that genuine admiration always encourages growth before anything else. As the evening sky filled with light, your soulmate smiled with complete peace. They no longer wondered whether life would reveal beautiful opportunities. Instead, they focused on becoming someone ready to appreciate those opportunities whenever they arrived. They knew that patience, gratitude, compassion, and honesty would always guide them in the right direction. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest revelation of this entire journey is simple yet unforgettable. The most meaningful stories are not remembered because they begin with a surprise. They are remembered because they leave people inspired to become kinder, wiser, and more hopeful than they were before. And that is exactly how this story ends. Not with certainty about tomorrow, but with confidence that every sincere step taken today helps create a brighter chapter ahead. The final page of this story was never about discovering a hidden secret. It was about understanding why that unforgettable conversation mattered so much. Long after the words were spoken, your soulmate realized that the greatest gift they received was not an answer about the future. It was the courage to face the future with confidence. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the last lesson in this journey is the one that remains with every heart that hears it. As the seasons quietly changed, your soulmate continued carrying the wisdom their mother had shared. Every challenge became easier to face because they remembered one simple truth: genuine admiration should always inspire kindness, patience, honesty, and personal growth. Whenever uncertainty appeared, they no longer searched for dramatic signs. Instead, they focused on becoming wiser, more compassionate, and more grateful with each passing day. That quiet transformation became the real turning point of the entire story. One evening, while watching the sunset, their mother smiled and asked, "If you could relive that first conversation, would you change anything?" Your soulmate looked toward the horizon for a long moment before answering softly, not a single word. They realized that even the moments of uncertainty had prepared them for greater understanding. Every pause, every question, and every unexpected response had helped them discover a stronger version of themselves. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest surprise was never hidden inside one dramatic sentence. It was revealed through every small decision that followed. Hope became stronger than doubt. Gratitude became louder than fear. Patience became more valuable than rushing toward answers. Those simple choices quietly reshaped the path ahead and filled every new day with purpose. Looking back, your soulmate finally understood why that conversation would always remain unforgettable. It was the first time they realized that meaningful relationships begin long before important moments arrive. They begin through everyday kindness, sincere respect, honest communication, and the willingness to continue growing. Those qualities became the true foundation of every dream they carried forward. As the story reaches its conclusion, one final reflection remains. Life often surprises us in ways we never expect, but the greatest surprises are not always the loudest ones. Sometimes they arrive as a conversation that changes the way we think. Sometimes they arrive as encouragement from someone who truly cares. And sometimes they arrive through the quiet realization that becoming a better person is the greatest journey anyone can take. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final message of this story is simple. The brightest chapters are written by people who choose hope over fear, patience over haste, and kindness over pride. Those choices create stories that remain unforgettable long after the final page is turned. And as your soulmate walked forward with renewed confidence, they knew that every meaningful tomorrow begins with the thoughtful decisions made today. The conversation that once seemed like a single unexpected moment had become the beginning of an entirely new chapter, one built on trust, gratitude, wisdom, and the quiet belief that the best stories continue long after they appear to end.